I'm going to show you a pattern of behavior that shows itself every single day in the places where you work. Tell me if this sounds familiar. Employee number 1 is unhappy with something said or done by employee number 2. Does employee number 1 go directly to employee number 2 and say, this really bothered me and I feel like we should talk about it like adults, calmly and with respect? Does that happen? No, of course not. You know why? Because we are hardwired to more favorably judge ourselves and more harshly judge others. So what does employee number 1 do instead? He goes to another. Sometimes the other is you. Hey, boss, I've had it with Sue. I have roomed 10 patients this morning, and she has only roomed 2 patients this morning, and I don't know what's in her feet, but she ain't moving fast enough. You need to fix that. You need to light a fire under her butt, because I am not going to keep on like this. And that's the point at which you open your drawer, pull out your manager's magic wand, and fix that problem, right? That's why you make the not-so-big bucks, yes? Oh, you don't have the manager magic wand? Well, if you go to my website for $199.99, I can give you... No, I'm just kidding. But sometimes, as a leader, we might say, okay, I'll go talk to Sue and try to figure out what's happening. They'll get involved. Or sometimes, employee number 1 doesn't go to their boss. They go to a coworker. And they go over here in the corner and they say, can you believe that I have roomed 10 patients this morning and she has only roomed 2? I have had it with Susie and her only rooming 2 people every morning. And you know what the other person says? I know. I have been so over her for so long. Do you know that I do laps around her, literal laps around her? And they're off in the corner going, chir, 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 chir. But an interesting thing happens in this pattern of behavior. People assume roles, and these roles have names. Employee number 1 is the victim. I'm the victim. I'm being wronged. I am helpless in this situation. The other person that employee number 1 goes to, well, they're the rescuer. And in this pattern of behavior, they take on the hero role. But it's not an altruistic thing. It's not a, wow, this person really needs help and support, and so I'm going to stop what I'm doing to do that. No! It's fun to be included in the gossip. It feels good to be trusted with your secret of how much you don't like Sue and her room and only 2 patients style. So it's not an altruistic thing. And last but not least, that employee number 2, they're the persecutor, and they are evil in this pattern of behavior. We see these play out in the workplace every single day. And this happens for a very simple reason. Because it is far easier to seek out the comfort of validation than it is to step into the discomfort of confrontation. We don't expect it of our employees. We don't teach them how to do it. But we need to start. But wait, it gets worse. Because here's what happens. Let's say you as the boss go to Sue and say, hey, Sue, I just wanted to check with you. It seems like, you've only roomed like 2 patients this morning and that you're not moving fast enough. And you know what Sue says? Did Lisa tell you that she roomed 10 patients this morning? I saw her and Mary over there in the corner, chir, 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 talking about this. She didn't tell you that I had a 45-minute intake with a crazy person. She didn't tell you that I got here late because the doctor stopped me and said, you need to answer the phones for 20 minutes out front because we're short-staffed. Did she tell you any of that? No, she didn't. And something interesting just happened. All of a sudden, she became the victim. And you know what she does? She goes to another and says, can you believe that our boss came to me talking about I only roomed 2 patients this morning when so-and-so roomed 10. And you know what the other person says? I know. I am so tired of her sticking her nose into our business. She doesn't even know what goes on out here. She's just in her office all the time doing reports. So they go back to the boss and say, we're really bothered by the fact that you brought this to our attention, and we don't think it's fair. We think you were really unfair to us. And you go, fine. But wait. Then you go home. and you sit across the table from your spouse or partner, and you say to him or her, do you believe that these people are coming to me and telling me that I'm sticking my nose in where it doesn't belong? Can you believe the audacity of these people? And if your spouse or partner wants to stay married, do you know what they say? I know. Of course, if that spouse or partner wants an exit strategy, what they could say is, well, honey, maybe it's you. Which, it turns out, is the healthier response.